I'm near Munfordville, and we're at the some of the Civil War structures around here, the Battle for the Bridge, historic place. And I came across this Smith monument online, and they told me how to get here. So I just followed the directions and drove on over, and it goes onto a dirt trail, which is normal for fields in Kentucky, so not a big deal. Anyway, here's the actual plaque thing that they've got up, dedicated to Colonel Robert A. Smith, and he was a Confederate. I'll just read the inscription. Coming to America from Scotland in the year 1884, Mr. James Smith, brother of Colonel Robert A. Smith, visited the battlefield of Munfordville and purchased land on which he contracted to have erected a massive and costly monument in honor of his brother slain in the battle. Other monuments to Robert Smith were erected in Mississippi and in Scotland. With the exception of Cleopatra's Needle in New York, this was said to be the largest single stone monument in America and the largest created in this country. The monument's gross weight is about 35 tons. It stands 21 feet high with a diameter of 4 feet at the base. It is set on a foundation of rock and cement extending 10 feet under the ground. Well, that took some doing. The stone took 2 months to erect at a cost of $4,000. Well, $4,000 in 1884, that's probably about 200 grand now. So, and this is 2019, so it says here the obelisk was quarried near Bowling Green and shaped in Nashville. The monument was brought to the site by a train. While it was being raised, though, the original pyramid-like obelisk type top sheared off, and a new angled top was reshaped on the spot. So all that money and part of it fell off. That probably didn't go down well with the brother there. Anyway, the monument was erected on the site of the Confederate redan constructed by General Simon Bolivar Buckner in 1861. Within its fence are the monument itself, 6 smaller markers for the Mississippi dead of the Battle of Munfordville, and the bodies of the slain in a mutual grave. And here's a little bit diagram of the thing right here, and of the sheared monument here. And this is a picture of the dear departed Colonel Robert A. Smith, originally from the Emerald Isle. So let's see if we can take a look. So here's the railroad crossing, and we're doing this on a hot Sunday afternoon, so there's nobody around to bother us. Always the best place when you're going to go to a funeral or a cemetery, graveyard. Sunday afternoon, everybody's playing baseball, watching football this time of year, lounging in the back, getting ready for work tomorrow. So that way nobody bothers us, because there ain't nobody out there. So I recommend you come on a Sunday afternoon. And there's a bit of a breeze, so it's not that bad today. Old. I got the Confederate flag flying up here. Not sure what I think about that. Seeing how it doesn't exist no more. Oh, isn't this nice? Somebody's put flowers and sunflowers on the markers here, but there ain't no grave site. There ain't no Bonnie Blue flag. Where's the Bonnie Blue flag, boys? You gotta have a Bonnie Blue flag, don't we? Let's skirt around this thing. You got an electric fence right here. Good old electric fence. That's a sign right there, boys. That's that thing, you're gonna get a whopper. Well, this is the back side, and you can see where it's sheared off up there. No idea what they did with the sheared piece. I think they could have made a chair out of it or something. It flies over America today. The stars and bars. Now that is a fucking, man, that thing's big. 35 tons, I can believe it. Wow. Quite exciting. Let me see if I can get a better view, huh? Across the way I see a white house over there, and it looks like a 19th century house. I wonder what that is. I'll have to drive up that way on the highway once I get near. Once I get near Munfordville, I'll peel off and see if they've got anything over there. It looks like they might have something over there, but I don't see anybody over there. Of course, it is Sunday afternoon. Anyway, here it is. There is a little gate on the other side of the iron bar here, which I'm sure this guy paid for. This is probably the original. It certainly looks like it by the looks of the wrought iron work. Of course, it could have been later, but I'd say more than likely it's period. There's a headpiece down there. Yeah, you can definitely see where it's sheared off up there now. It says here, South 42 West and 90 poles distant is the place of the sacrifice of Colonel Robert A. Smith and his regiment, the 10th Mississippi, on September 14th, 1862. Yeah, that was the same time, about a month before Perryville. Well, this whole area, there was all kinds of skirmishes, some bigger than smaller, some remembered, some forgotten. But you can definitely turn, look at the hewing work on this thing. I mean, that took some time. And then to get this piece nice and smooth like that. That's I don't care what you guys say, but that is quite a tribute to somebody's brother. Especially 22 years later. I mean, you know, most people are like, hey, might have been gone that long. You're not going to put a monument up. Let's take a look at these other markers we got over here. We got some Sons of the Confederacy laid down their life against the Yankees, blue bellies, carpetbaggers, invaders. And let's be frank, people, they did invade, they did pillage, they did rape. These people weren't good people, a lot of them. Now, some of them were. I mean, you got bad apples in every army. You look at Vietnam, you look at Korea, you look at, you know, there's always scumbags. But since these guys didn't get paid a lot, they, you know, they took what they could get, I guess. Now, if it depending on where they were from, some people were, especially, I guess, people from the South were less likely to do that, unless you were for the Union. And then we could burn your place and kill you. It says, in memory of the dead of the 9th Mississippi Regiment, Confederate Army who fell in battle at Munfordville, hosted by the Grateful State. Well, they're saying Mississippi paid for these. But these look modern. These look 20th century here. 10th Mississippi, same inscription. 44th Mississippi. 7th Mississippi. Like I said, somebody's put these sunflowers and put the battle flag down here. 29th Mississippi and 7th Mississippi and 9th Mississippi Battalion sharpshooters. So, yeah, it's getting quite hot, so we're going to check out this other area over here. As you can see, this is what they were fighting over. It's a bridge that's still being used by, used to be the Louisville and Nashville Railroad. And you can see the original stone trestles down there. I'm not going to get too far over because I don't want to die. And the original stone trestles are there, still being used as support, along with the new ones. Looks like they probably put up in the 50s or the 40s or sometime back then, probably sooner than that. Still being used. It's CSX today, I think. We got a little bit of a catcher there in case you're dumb enough to want to go across. I guess that's for the railroad guys. But I ain't getting out there. Hell no. Not worth it, man. One move and you're dead, because there ain't nothing down there in this little area. There's a creek on down, you can see way down there. But this area is all dry right through here right now. It does flow over once in a while when you have big rains in the springtime. Sometimes the winter, but if we get a lot of snow sometimes. But it's pretty nice out here today though. I'll take one more shot and then we'll be done here.